The other day I was teaching some guys how to realize a partimento like this one. This one you can see here on the other side of the screen. We were with Marco Mencoponi, so ciao Marco, if you're watching this video, but you'll watch it. And we have here a beautiful partimento by Francesco Durante, which is very interesting for the use of double counterpoint, because the rule, as you can see we have here, is sometimes repeated in its bass line. For example, here we have the bass line of the rule when we have the semi-scale, but sometimes we have also the other part, like this point. And so the realization of this partimento, which you can also find in the Partimento method, is the very last exercise on chapter 12, is very useful for double counterpoint. I made the realization, and probably I have already posted a video of the performance. And so first of all, before analyzing it and before giving you the instructions to realize this partimento, let's listen to its realization. Durante, partimento diminuito number 75. Perfect. Now, what's the next step? Let's see and let's analyze what we have. At the beginning here, we clearly have the rule. So the first phrase, which I call A, is just play the rule, the given rule, the suggestion of the realization. This way. Then we have another phrase, which I called B. B, in this phrase, in this new phrase, we have this, which can call alternating 1-5, but actually is a 3 down, 2 up sequence. Leading to A flat major. So we have the pattern called 3 down, 2 up, leading to E flat major and then A flat. So if you want to learn all these patterns in the Partimento method, you have all of them. Now, what to do here? Do something in counterpoint, moving, especially in thirds. Start moving in thirds. 3, 3, 3, 3. Then you can add more things. Or 3, 6, 3, 8, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, 3, 8, 3, 6, 3. There are a lot of tricks and other things you can do. After this phrase, we have phrase C, where we have the rule but the melody of the rule. So in this case, we have to apply double counterpoint and play with the right hand the descending chromatic scale. Pay attention that here we have the interruption and the repetition of the notes. Where we are. Repeat the C. Now, I don't like finishing on the octave this way. So, in this case, on the very last, I like to move to the third before playing the 3. 3, 3, this way. Then we have another sequence, but a little bit strange, because this part is like this, but transpose a fifth and fourth up. The first one is different, because the interval we have between this point is moving on. So it's like a connection we have to do. So in my case, in my opinion, do something different the first time, and then make clear the sequence. For example, it can be like this. And then here do something which is repeated 3 times. To make clear that this is something extra in terms of the bass, the motion of the bass. Now, here and next to this video, I'll put for you, you can download it for free, the PDF. Okay, so you can write, if you like, your own realization, do it. And then share it with us, share it with me if you like on Discord, come on our Discord and put and contact me, or go in your work at Partimento and post. Go to Partimenti, yes, we have a channel called Partimenti, and post your realization. Perfect. Now, after this one, we have the bass line of the rule. So in this case, we are in B flat minor, just play the rule. The rule is the one given at the beginning. And if you like, also this point, you can finish with a third. Then we have a very interesting passage here, which is pam 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 mi pam pam mi fa sol do. So this is clearly a fonte. That's why it's very important to study the Partimento method and all the patterns, because if you know all the patterns, you can then recognize them and build them. Otherwise, if it's like if you want to write a poem in Russian, I don't know the language, so how could I do? Now we have this new phrase. Let's play the harmony always. Perfect. And then you can use scales and passages. Something maybe you already used here, because as you can see, we have elements which are recurrent in this piece, and that's why it's very important to keep the coherence of the Partimento. What I like to do here is a dialogue between the left hand and the right hand. For example, you can do something simple with 16th note in the left hand, and then 16th note now in the right hand. And this way the font is complete. Now we have again the rule, okay, with only a half, and then cadence and cadence. Another part of the rule, cadence, and then we are in F minor. So let's go through this line, bar 21, let's play it. Fa, mi, fa, mi, fa, mi, fa, mi, fa, mi, fa. You can do fa, mi, the last part of the rule, this one. Fa, mi. In this case, I like like to use what I used before in the cadence of the phone. Okay? So pop, 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 pop. Then rule in C minor here, so let's put the melody in the top. Fa, mi, fa, mi, fa, mi. Or if you like, fa, mi. And then cadence, maybe this time instead of this octave, an octave higher, just to create variety and give variety to the music. Perfect, and now we're going to F minor. So we have to apply the rule here. If we want to go to F minor, we need to make this major as a dominant, 50 degrees. So we can do this. You can also add something different in the rule. For example, pa 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 pum, pa 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 pum, pa 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 pum. You can use a different rhythm to create something varied. This way, pam pam pa pam, instead of one ta ta tam, ta 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 tam. This way. Let's do it. Let's do it this point. So we were on this line. Okay, perfect. This line. Let's take the laser. Tack here. So this time we have the complete rule, but the first time we have the bass, as you can see, and the second time here we have the melody. So inversion, this way. Ta tam, ta 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 ta. Now in the melody. And then we have another sequence which is this is a quintuple divided in if we do something instead of 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which means 4 times the same thing, but we do something 2 plus 2, it's more varied, it's better. Listen, if I do something the same per 4 times, you can imagine this. Yes. Che palle! So, it's boring. What balls, no? So, what to do in this case? Do something the first bar and something else the second one. For example, 8 notes. Let's start here. And now 16th. And so you have pum, 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 pum. 2. And it's better, it's not boring, because it's only 2 times instead of 4 times. And then after this we have the rule again, a complete rule in F minor, but with the melody, the descending bass line in the right hand. La, sol, sol, fa, fa, mi. La, sol, 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 fa, fa, mi. And this passage is just to come back down to F minor. For example, this way. And then we start again only the first part of the rule before going toward the final cadence. So let's play this passage, which is sol, la, sol, fa, then 5, 6 on E, and this. So here you can continue like this. Why not? Because then you can have a 3 instead of this figure. You can do it, of course. Otherwise, it works. And now I will use the same thing I used in the cadence. This fact of keeping the same thing is not in order to don't do something different, but it's in order to keep the coherence of the piece. Of course, you can do the same thing with some variations. For example, instead of again, you can do another kind of figure. So let's do it. Deceptive cadence, sol, fa, mi, re, and then the final cadence this way. Very good. These are the elements you need to know to realize a partimento like this. Then, if you want to get more able to become better in realizing partimenti, compose music through partimenti, this is what I teach. This is what I do here. There are different kinds of services according to your situation. Maybe you have a lot of time, a lot of possibilities to meet. So we have a very intensive musical apprenticeship. Maybe you have time to study, but maybe you don't have so much time to meet me and you. So we can do something integrated with the Partimento method and some other services, some other meetings, just 1 or twice per month. This depends on you. But first of all, you have to be clear what you want to learn, what you want to be able to do. Of course, you have to study, but write to me, in the form of musical apprenticeship. You find here in the description musical apprenticeship with a link bit.ly, so y/mus, and then the little line up, and explain me your situation. We'll schedule a call, describe me what you do, what's your life, what's your job, what's your background, in order to understand, to better know you, and then we can define the best path for you according to your situation, your commitment you have to do in your life, the time you have to study, and how much you can practice. In any case, we'll find the perfect solution for you. Just contact me and we'll talk about that. See you. Look at all these books. They are beautiful, each one more than the other, and they contain a lot of information. But they have a big problem. Either you engage in a long, painful battles against the chapters to decipher, understand, and interpret what's written, or they are completely worthless. Think about when you bought your last book to learn how to compose music. How enthusiastic were you? And then, what actually happened? It stayed in your bookcase, gathering dust and rusting away. What you need, therefore, is not 1, 5, or 10 more books. What you need is an experienced guide who takes care to evaluate your current situation, is well aware of what your desired destination is, precisely because you tell him, so he can design the best path for your journey, points out the right exercises, shows you which mistakes to correct and how to correct them, and provides you with concrete tools to improve and get better step by step. In recent years, since I have been here on the web, I have had the pleasure of guiding by hand many people like you to learn how to compose music, to grasp the musical techniques, discover the secrets of musical composition, and then achieve concrete results. Because in the end, that's what matters, that everything you learn becomes a seed that grows your skills, and little by little you become able